you and others. Thank you, Creator, for the men and women of our armed forces who have heeded the call to protect and serve our country, and on our behalf, to protect innocent people around the world displaced and threatened by war and terrorism. We commend to your gracious care all our military personnel at home and abroad. Defend them day by day with your grace. Strengthen them in their trials. Give them courage to face the perils that surround them, and grant them a sense of your abiding presence wherever they may be. We also pray for their families and loved ones. Thank you, God, for their service and sacrifice. May we be mindful and attentive to their needs. We pray for those no longer serving active duty. Their wounds and scars remain long after the battle. Help us to provide meaningful support to them now and into the future, for we owe them our gratitude, our respect, and our help. Above all, we pray for the courage to work for peace, so the day will come when there will be no need to send our young men and women to battle. For your mercy and grace we pray. Amen.
Thanks, Ken. Ready, our pledge of forward test is George Brackmeyer, President of Central Electronic Options Teams, the Paul Fellow, and very importantly, he's the chief recruiter of bell ringers.
Memorial weekend coming, let's really say an extra loud pledge of allegiance today. Join me, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now the four-way test of all the things we think, say, and do.
Is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Now it's time for guests. Rotarians, come up here and introduce your guest, name, title, and organization, and guest as your name is called, just stand.
President Evan and friends, my guest is Mary Littrell, friend and co-worker. She's a VP Private Banking at Central Bank.
Yes.
Okay. President Kevin, my guest is Suhas Kulkarni. Suhas is an entrepreneur, former ambassador for the city to recruit business from around the planet. And now, maybe in a darker part of his career, he's taking my place as the franchise consultant.
President Kevin, my guest today is Jacob McGill. He's the Senior Business Advisor with Bird Insurance Group.
President Kevin, Chris Barrett, Big Brothers Big Sisters. My guest today is Bree Vaughn. Bree is actually a former little sister in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. She built a successful career with Humana and healthcare industries. She's a mom of two and a brand new employee at Big Brothers Big Sisters. She's our new Executive Administration Assistant.
President Kevin and Rotarians, my guest today is James Hogan. James is the State Command Chief Master Sergeant, and take a look at his 2 stars and a lot of stripes. The only one you'll see like that other than one other person. It means he's the top enlisted gentleman in the state. This is Kentucky Air Guard for 33 years. And he also has another, that's a full-time job, probably the time he has, and he holds another full-time job with a company called Finnegan. He's the Vice President of Veteran Relations and Veteran Affairs. So he's got both of those jobs, and he's here. We go back a long way to humanity. Hopefully you want to say that.
Good morning, everyone. Jillian Taylor, Executive Director, and I'm I'm delighted to have with me today Tally Russell, who is the Director of Government Affairs at Humana. Welcome, Tally. And then I know we have several other program guests who are with us today that will be part of the program later when Craig Sherman does his presentation, but welcome to all of our guests today. Thank you.
And right after lunch, and then go to guests, go to that table that was Rotary, Craig Sherman can show idea what goes on right after the meeting. And we were a few Rotarians in the spotlight this week, not a surprise there. I know it seems to be the case. Congratulations to Denise Sears for being awarded the, not one of, but the 2024 Trinity Peace Medal. The Trinity High School community has awarded the medal at its graduation ceremony for over 50 years. The award recognizes a deserving individual or group for efforts that promote peacemaking, justice building, and service to others. Maggie Harlow is back in the spotlight, surprise. This time for chairing the 2024 Vote Awards Selection Committee. Maggie's entrepreneurial background as the CEO of Senior Member Downtown for Community Involvement and dedication to the Vote Awards. They all can bring together to make her the perfect choice to lead the selection committee as they choose up to 6 early-stage businesses for the 2024 cohort. Check out Rotarians Yvonne Smith's op-ed in the Courier Journal entitled, "The West End Deserves Responsible Development with a Community Focus." One West is doing just that. Community leaders, don't forget the deadline to submit service projects is actually next week at this time, Thursday next week, the 30th. Our environmental committee, by the way, is meeting to clean up some of the areas around the Ohio River, along with several other Rotarians in several other states. That's on June 1st, rather, from 9 a.m. to noon. So 9 a.m. to noon on June 1st. Talk to Alex Novak if you're interested. Our new member service project at SOS will be from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, June 5th. Longtime Rotarians, this is a great chance for you to come and get acquainted with some of our newer members and also to see SOS is a pretty amazing facility in what they do. We'll be sorting and packing medical supplies to be distributed to those in need. And by the way, I congratulate Denise Sears. She's the one that runs SOS. Our Social Activities Committee is planning a group trip to Tuscany, Italy in November. See Sparks or Kent Boiler for more information. Is Kent here today? I think he is. Saw him this morning. Get in touch with Kent if you're interested in going on the trip. I'd like to welcome to the podium Craig Sherman, Chair of the Unsung Heroes of Ted Berg Scholarship Committee, and Paul Ayers Fellow for a real special person for a special presentation. Thanks, Craig.
Today, can you hear clear? Today is my honor to introduce to you the 2024 recipients of the Unsung Hero Scholarship. As you remember, on March 21st of this year, we recognized 45 Unsung Heroes 12th grade students from every private, parochial, and public high school in Jefferson County. Those students were the best of the best in the area of volunteering for their school and community. As part of their award, these students attending higher education in Jefferson County and Southern Indiana apply for scholarships that range from $1,000 to $16,000, for a total of $58,000. This scholarship program is a joint venture between our local Rotary Club, the local institutions of higher learning, and from the endowment made possible from Ted Berg, a truly great Rotarian that loved to help young teenagers get ahead. This year, the recipients have all chosen to attend U of L, Bellman, and Jefferson Community and Technical College. As a result, every Rotary dollar is matched 100%. Together, over the last 24 years, Rotary and our local institutions for higher learning invested in our unsung heroes $1.2 million. Representing Bellarmine University is President Dr. Susan Donovan and Jess Metzmeyer. Representing University of Louisville is Jenny Sawyer here, and representing Jefferson Community and Technical College is Gary Dryden over there. They will assist me in presenting the scholarship. Both Gary and Jess Metzmeyer are Rotarians. When I mention the student's name, will you please stand and be recognized? Please hold your applause until all students are recognized. Please note that you have already heard of the many achievements of each student when they were recognized as an unsung hero on March 21st, so I'm not going to be redundant today. Now, it is my honor to recognize those students attending University of Louisville this fall. Jenny Sawyer will assist in the presentation, receiving $1,000 at Shemaiah Gate. Shemaiah attended Louisville Male High School and will be studying marketing. Congratulations. The other recipients that will be awarded $1,000 but could not be here because of mandatory commencement exercises. I picked the one day. Graham Webb, so these are the students. Graham Webb Henderson from Whitfield Academy, Daniel Ryan from PRP or Fletcher Report, Tyler Drake from Valley High School, Olivia Sashi, Youth Performing Arts or White Fest, Noah Jones from Butler Traditional High School. Now it is my honor to recognize those students attending JCTC, or if you will, Jefferson Community and Technical College this fall. Gary Dryden will be assisting in this presentation. Receiving $1,000 is Nora Almastori, that graduated from Dodge High School. Nora will major in dental hygiene. Now it's my honor to recognize those students attending Bellarmine University this fall. Dr. Susan Donovan will assist me. Receiving $16,000 is Jacqueline Vasquez, that graduated from Fairfield High School. She will be studying clinical and counseling psychology. Receiving $16,000 is Alan Rose Holdcroft, that graduated from Presentation High School. She will major in political science and minor in English. Receiving $16,000 is Trinity Howard, that graduated from Holy Cross High School. Trinity will be studying exercise, clean science, sports performance, and minor in business photography. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our Unsung Hero Scholarship Awards program. Let us now show our appreciation to those students for being the best of the best in volunteering.
Craig.
I wear many hats. As you know, I'm hosting the Spring Summer Fling. It's right there in the cusp. So if you attend, what you're going to see is a unique house. So don't miss it. It's not only unique from that standpoint, or the gardens, they're really special. The food is spectacular. The hors d'oeuvres are spectacular. The desserts are spectacular. All the people that are there are spectacular. And yes. So don't miss out because it's a bargain. $30 a person. And I'll tell you, we get valet parking, we get bartenders, and unlimited everything. So let's have some fun. Yes.
Hey, Craig, thanks for hosting it. You could have at least promoted it a little bit. Come on. Those are a lot of fun, actually, so hope we get a good turnout there. I'd like to back to the podium Dr. Rick Smith, Senior VP of Institutional Advancement of Simmons College of Kentucky, and Vice Chair of the Youth and Education Committee. Come to the stage, speak.
picture. I don't know who that is. A few biscuits ago. Ladies and gentlemen, President Kevin, fellow Rotarians, and honored guests. Today we have a real treat. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce a man whose resume is so impressive that it should come with a warning. As I looked at him, thinking, oh my gosh, it may cause sudden feelings of inadequacy. Because I did when I looked at that resume. So this is a man who served our country with such distinction that even his medals have medals. On August 4th, 2021, Governor Andy Beshear had the wisdom to appoint Lieutenant Colonel U.S. Army retired Whitney P. Allen Jr. as the 7th Commissioner of the Kentucky Department of Veterans Affairs. And now I stand here, and I can list all of his accolades and accomplishments, but we only have an hour. And Commissioner Allen's bio reads more like a historical novel of modern military excellence. He's the real deal. Commissioner Allen's military journey began in 1988. When he enlisted in the U.S. Army Reserves. He received his commissions through the Tulane University ROTC program in 1994. That means he's younger than I am and has this resume, gosh. From peacekeeping to Bosnia to 3 combat tours in Afghanistan and Kuwait, his assignments have been numerous. His travels have taken him from the sands of Jordan to the cobblestone streets of Germany, and of course to many places throughout the United States. His services earned him an array of medals, including the Bronze Star Medal, the Meritorious Service Medal, the Army Commandant Medal, and the list goes on. Commissioner Allen is not just a man of action, he's also a man of intellect. With a Bachelor's of Science in Physics from Dillard University and a Master's of Arts in Management and Leadership from Webster University, his educational pursuits are as impressive as his military career. He's completed courses at the prestigious military institutes, including U.S. Army War College, U.S. Naval War College, and the U.S. Army Command and General Staff College. He's a proud member of several veterans organizations, has been honored by many, including by the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame, the Louisville Business First Salute to Veterans, and let's not forget he's also a Kentucky Colonel, and he's also a Commonwealth Ambassador. On a personal note, I've had the honor of knowing Commissioner Allen for many years. We've served together on the NAACP here in Louisville. We also share a brotherhood in our fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. He and his wonderful wife, Yolanda, are blessed with 2 daughters, and they reside right here in Louisville. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming a true American hero, a distinguished leader, an all-around great guy, and my friend, Commissioner Whitney P. Allen, Jr.
Can you guys hear me? Good. It's always great to have your frat brother in your bio. And then still $20 before and a nice bottle of soda. It was an honor and a pleasure to be here. When Brother Smith reached out to me to speak, I was like, yeah, no problem, I'll be here. And then, it was maybe 6-7 months ago. And each time I would see him, he talked about bringing somebody big around this time. We was talking about Barack Obama. We was talking about Brother Jeffries, who's not here, the House of Representatives, a couple of generals that in our fraternity that was there. And then, all of a sudden, he said, hey, we can make it on the 23rd. I'm like, cool. So, I do my research, and I'm looking at all these heavy hitters that are on this list, and they got their picture, and they got their bio, and I noticed they didn't have a picture of me. And I thought about it, and I thought about it. And I was like, in true Kappa Alpha Psi standards, I was hip, okay? Well, he might have had Barack or Jeffries or somebody, but apparently didn't show up. So he was able to get somebody from the minors, and single A to play major, okay? So, hey, Coach, I'm in the game. I'll take a hit for my time in the major. Thank you for the kind words. I would love to say my bio should read multiple academic probations, 30 times demoted, so I had to become an officer, because I figured if I got demoted as a second lieutenant, then I would be Master Chief's rank. But in the Army, officers go to jail, they don't get demoted. So, thank you for this honor. A couple of rules, I'm from Louisiana. Okay, so sometimes I talk really fast, so it's not a weird, it's not Creole or Cajun. I'm just talking really fast, and I might be, and no, I'm not being caught up in podium. So when I get excited and passionately talk about my agency and my people, I get to run things. So just tell me, hey, slow down, Whitney. I'm a retired Army guy, so I'm jaded. So we've got young kids here, so be prepared to hear and swear. Once I see somebody in uniform, I get into those roles. And before I go on, hey, I'm going to call you James here. We've known each other for a while. His boss, Hal, have done an awesome job with the Kentucky National Guard. From the floods out east to the tornadoes out west, everything in between. Right now, they have soldiers, Joes and Joannes forward in a war that's continuing, okay? You just don't know about it. So the National Guard is doing great things. But he knows I'm active Army, so it's active Army, reserves, Navy. Outstanding. So today, and I was told I would be up, be brief, be gone. I know they talk 20 minutes, but you know, anything after 8 minutes of sermon, and I do get a little bit far out. So I'm trying to be up, be brief, be gone. Have a lot of questions. I know you may have a lot of questions. So if it's not about the agency, but things like the PAC Act, the benefits, or mental health, I'm not an expert. I'm clueless on these things, but I know how to take it well. So I'll answer your question and get back to you. So on that, I am the 7th Commissioner for the Kentucky Department of Veteran Affairs. Appointed by Governor Beshear 3 years ago. Before that, I was serving donors and humanity, the most underutilized lieutenant colonel in the organization, and I was really happy, really happy, until my predecessor, my frat brother and mentor, Keith Jackson, who's now Secretary of Justice, called out and said he needed the chief of staff. Took 30 minutes to make the decision, 29 minutes to convince my wife. That's a pay raise. For me, it was our help. And then next thing you know, within 11 months, I promoted to his deputy. And then when the governor called to promote him up to prepare him for what he's doing now, I was suckered in this role. And I don't mind being in that because it was an awesome job. Only been 7. General Vigors, who's a mentor, did it for 12 years. He was the first commissioner. He's still serving veterans at the state and national level at age 84. Okay, so a lot of great Miss America was before me. Heather French Henry, number 4. Okay, and then there's some fat generals in between there, but don't worry about that. So we have a lot of great people, and we are very proud of our honor, and we take it to heart. I work to drop, meaning that just like in the Army, I continue to march and drop hearts. Okay. And my wife is very supportive. My daughters are very supportive. And I have a great staff. My goal is to protect them, but for me, I give every second for the success of the agency, for the success of veterans and the families in the state. On that, now, can we transition to the next slide? So, as I said, 25 years of dedicated service, founded in 1998. A group of disgruntled veterans said, hey, we want an agency at the state level supporting veterans. Governor at the time went ahead, approved it. We just celebrated 25 years last September down in the Tundra in Frankfurt. You know, I'm showing these pictures here. We do a lot of things, and there's some things I'm personally deliberate about, and we'll discuss that in a minute. Transition to the next slide now. And it's kind of weird. Normally, we're taught not to be more stoic and everything, so to be as quick as possible, not say too many cuss words or get in trouble with the news. I'm going to do no notes, use pointers, and forgive me if I turn sideways. I know I'm a little fat. So bottom line, our mission right here. Just like all veterans, we were trained to read the statements. The only thing I will read directly off the slide. Educate, assist, and serve veterans and their families to ensure they receive their benefits and services under federal and state laws. Okay, that's our primary mission. A lot of people get us confused with federal VA. Okay, the Department of Veteran Affairs. And I'll tell you what the difference between us and them, other than that federal level DC, and we're protected like my peers. Federal VA has the hospitals, all these fancy buildings, and hundreds of billions of dollars to take care of us. I'm in the basement, okay? I'm in the basement, I'll leave it as that, okay? But back when they came yes, she get me on the stage already. So this is our vision, and it's supposed to be a strategic platform. okay? I think our agency for quite a while had went kind of underground, and no knock the previous administration or whatever. They did their job and left it as that. Key Jackson came in and said, hey, we need to go ahead and not only wraparound service of that veteran when they leave service, but provide wraparound service from there. Till the time he dies, honor that legacy, and also take care of the family in that process over time. Also, it's connecting the right partners and players from the national level down to the local level. So my job is to serve our veterans, okay? And they will tell me that. You disgruntled, got kids in here. These disgruntled jokers, the jokerettes, will give me a hard time, but I love them, and that's my job. If they're not disgruntled, something ain't right. But we work with our veteran service organization like the VFW, our Veteran Forum, or Disabled American Veterans, American Vets, and so on. We work with, I joke we call it mom and pop shops, but every little organization that want to help, which is very important, okay? So we try to help, coach, mentor, and work together as we can. Couple of things here. We want to grow our customer base, but you'll see in a minute. It's professional development, deliberate forecasting, planning, and continuous improvement process. We will say military best practices without yelling at people. Okay, I work with state government, so you know how state government is. Great employees, just like federal and local, state government. But anyway, my goal is to professionally develop my team. Every 6 months we do a retreat, and I take the staff out, and we bring in a couple of secretaries, cabinet secretaries, to speak about their agency. We do training. This time it was shared responsibility, which is how to work as a team. Okay, we bring in other speakers by Zoom if we can to talk to my wider team. I think everyone in my agency should know if a person who is digging a grave might not need to know everything that's going on, or somebody who is changing a diaper of a very sick, ill World War II veteran, but they at least didn't know they existed in their own homes. Okay. So transition to the next slide, ma'am. Yeah, so this is what we strive to do. We try to be a bridge liaison, either with federal government, with the state government as well, with veterans on the ground, with veteran service organizations, with each other. Very hard to juggle. I have a couple of advisory boards that works, that help advise the governor. That's always interesting. Actually, I got a great dynamic group right now. I work with other partners like Kentucky Commission of Military Affairs, General Bullitt, and Hal and James. We're all part of this three-headed veterans, military, and military industrial complex monster. So whatever it was from Godzilla, the one with 3 heads, that's us. And we're lurking in the Capitol, working as a team. Sometimes we might peck at each other, but the whole goal is to take care of veterans. And the governor has given us a seat at the table. Him and his boss sit at the big table. I see him in the dinner tray, way in the corner. But that's how much he really supports veterans and our servicemen and women. We try to provide outreach events, forums, and training. We've gone from chasing events to creating our own events. Working with federal VA. Just about 3 months ago, we was in Ashland, working with the community faith, the national community faith-based program with Dr. Conrad Washington out of the White House, and we just focus on the local community there. We're having a Women's Veterans State Conference here in Louisville on the campus somewhere. They haven't told me yet, and I guess they don't want to invite me. But my part is setting it up, and we have the Deputy Secretary of VA come and talk to the women veterans. Last year, we introduced the VA Heart Program, which is a comprehensive program, health program for women veterans. Okay, and we're talking every level of health. So we were probably the first to actually bring. They were going around training, but directly bringing it here to Kentucky for veterans to connect. Yes, I have to go out and do speeches. It's fun with veterans. I can cuss you out, especially with Vietnam veterans. But we try to participate as much as we can, try to be speakers. My whole team of they're better speakers than me. And interesting thing about my veteran centers and cemeteries, we're bedrock in the community. We're bedrock in the community. Communities claim they're the centers. As a matter of fact, they'll beat me down to prevent me to get into my centers because they love those centers so much. So they think it's theirs, but it's mine. But anyway, next slide, please. So, like all military people, we have to have an organization. We have to have a firm. So I have my own. But bottom line, we got about 670 state employees, okay, and certain contractors and non-military employees in our organization spread out across the state. Actually, I have like 800 something, counting, small contractors and things like that, pocket in the agency. We're at historical lows. You know about the pay raises that were given to state employees because of no raises for the last 10 years. And then there's the healthcare shortage in our agency. But this is how we broke out. It's broken out. I had my small team, about 20 of us, in the basement in Frankfurt at a National Guard facility to add insult to injury. But this side right here, which is my bulk of veteran centers, Office of Kentucky Veteran Centers, and my 4 current veterans homes, or nursing homes, and this one that is being built in Bowling Green, hopefully at the end of December. But that's where the bulk of my personnel is healthcare professionals. On this other side, it's a small group, as you can see, 64, but they carry a whole load. This is the true service of the state. This is my niche here, healthcare. This is these individuals taking care of approximately 300,000 veterans and their families. Okay, then we can transition. Yeah. So we start with the Office of Veteran Centers. Hey, 4 awesome homes. I will tell you this: my people, they don't love work. They come with loving the work. Okay, they come and love those cranky veterans that live in those homes. Okay, the way that's the best way to put it. Yeah. So the way they set up these homes, just like the cemeteries, as we will talk later on, is every veteran has access. It's a 4-hour window wherever they're located. So I have one at the Radcliffe, my newest one, down here at Fort Knox, right down the road, out east in Hazard. Thompson Hood is just south of Lexington, and then Western Kentucky is near Fort Campbell. Okay, so any veteran, even on the other side of the border, can have access to those homes. To get into those homes, you have to be 70% disabled, definitely a veteran, and meet certain healthcare requirements. So there's some independent living, but it's really specialty care. This is the last group of people that they will be with. Okay, families are there coming in and out, but these are going to be the last group of people that will love them. Okay, and take care of them. A great example is during COVID. You know what happened in the beginning? The virus ravaged many nursing homes. Okay, a lot of my peers and past peers don't want to tell their numbers. We were very lucky. As a matter of fact, I think we went 4 or 5 months in before the virus creeped into our facility. And we lost 34 veterans total. Okay, 31 hit Thompson in the heart. But before we got to that level, they did everything. They wore masks, they were vaccinated, they took care of their individuals, and the virus still got in. And it hit them hard. It was like when I walked through there as the chief of staff and deputy, but even as the commissioner, I could see the PTSD in my staff face. That's how much they love these individuals. Some of them have served or taken care of the same veteran for 10 years. So imagine that. They're part of their life. And they did everything to take care of them. We got through COVID. Hey, when the Eastern floods happened here in Kentucky, the thing is they were sitting on high ground, but unfortunately people couldn't get to them in services. My staff, especially in the early days, stayed there 24/7. Didn't go home. They had homes in Packard, but they stayed there to take care of veterans. So these people get there, they love their veterans. Can we transition to slide 8 now? Yes, you can tell military people too, we put numbers on our slides. Got a joke about that, but I only got maybe 15 minutes left, so I will go up. So see, these are some of the things that we do, okay? highlight some good stories here. Mr. Guthrie, right here. My agency won their 4th VA award, okay? Abraham Pillars of Excellent Award, which is cool. It's kind of like I got a dynasty now, 4 straight. And I use that just as the governor's about to fire me, like, he's certified winners for awards now. What we do sometimes is, what I would do is those who are responsible for the award and the veterans will go present the governor. He gets a replica, all of the staff gets as the award. An interesting story about this one, we did a press conference, and we didn't know, I didn't even expect it. Usually it's a private ceremony, but it just so happened we're now several of the awards our seniors have won. But Mr. Guthrie right here, so he's sitting down, and that's the reason why we wear tabs, or badges, well, military wear tabs, badges, awards for a reason. Most of the time we don't care to do all that stuff. Okay? It's kind of egotistical at times, so we try not to do it. Now I'll do it when I go touch fire if I see it. I wear my badges. But he noticed the airborne badge up here for falling out of airplanes, not jumping out, but falling out of airplanes. And he's sitting there, and he's like, yeah, young man, who are you? Said, oh man, the picture's all over. Hey, sir, I'm a commissioner. Oh, okay, then you, the guy in the suit. I said, yeah. I said, I like it, airborne. I said, yeah, sir, I fell out of the plane. He said, I always wanted it. I said, well, sir, don't worry about it. I said, yeah, and I see that Bronze Star. Hey, sir, that's my participation award. I showed up on time. He's like, no, I know what it means. So he goes into his life. So this gentleman here fought in the Korean War. At age 19, he was in his role, okay? Fast maturity, and everyone in front of him dead, okay? I'll be as strict as that. And he was given responsibility of his own company in combat at age 19, okay? So that's where he won his first one, okay? As he continued to talk, and this is before the press conference, he's like, yeah, and I finished my battalion command, so he goes from being enlisted to an officer and fought in Vietnam. So he was telling me about his time there. So, you know, as I'm looking at it, it's like, I'm glad I wore it because I never knew. When I do talk about veterans, I find the story, but that's the truth, okay? And I'm sitting there like, this guy's a hero. So, in the middle of the presentation, right here, as they talk to the governor, he started crying. He never cried. And he started rubbing in front of everyone in the event. He was like, I'm so proud of of Radcliffe Veterans and all the employees. They do such a great job. And he turns and he shakes the governor's hand. He said, you're doing a great job. The governor's touch. And they're talking this, and, you know, I just don't know why I'm crying. So, you know, we go off after the presentation. In the middle of them telling the governor, hey, this is the Korean War veteran, Vietnam veteran. He goes off and he never walked in the Capitol. But he was looking for a governor, I can't think of his name, in the 1950s, to give him an award. He said, I gotta find it. But as he walked the hall, he had never experienced the Capitol. He remembered his time of all his veterans that he served with in 2 wars throughout his career. And the most important thing, he was very excited that the Radcliffe Veterans Center was given him an award. Okay? So that's the love. 91 years old, still moves on his own, happy working with his team. Now, there's 2 other disgruntled buddies, and that's a different story about how that played out. But they had a great time. So I think the group that presented the previous year was happy just to meet the governor and get ice cream on the trip. But other things that we do, we try to get our veterans out. They're very active. There were Easter Sunday, Good Friday. They took them to church. Out here was interesting. I didn't know they did it, but several of, and this is Radcliffe down in Fort Knox, they actually went out and looked at the eclipse, okay, and have that experience. A lot of times they're there cleaning, you know, those are the veterans that can get in and out. There's some that are you know, suffering from cancer, they're dying. We're trying to take care of them. So, next slide, please, ma'am. Part of my staff, this is the top security crew, south of Lexington. You know, we bring in all kind of people. As you see, this crew had a chance to bring in kangaroos. Some more member of my staff here. I can tell my facilities just by the floors. The different years they were built. You know, this is 1990 style. We're going to renovate soon. Next slide, now. Yeah, continue on. This is the team right here. Team right here in the East that took command, actually through COVID, to prevent the virus from getting in. And then later on, this crew, Miss Sonia, who's the director, held the fort while they was going through the floods. So great individual. We had Miss America, Miss America Teen, Miss Old Kentucky Home, and Head of French Henry came in. The current Miss America is a veteran, treasurer of the Air Force, but she got a good heart, and came and talked to the veterans. These are some of the Air Force guys right here that were present. What's special here is they came and presented to only 2 female veterans in the home, okay, crowns. So ceremony, they get their own crown. They don't get the real ones here. But what's interesting, this young lady right here, 80-something years old, 84 I think, was part of the Women Army Corps, WAC, back in the day when they weren't integrated with forces, was on the general staff of Korean War. Okay, she came in just a little bit and had a great career during those early times as well. So those are the type of people that we have in the home. And before we go on to the next one, as I mentioned, Mr. Guthrie, I've had World War II veterans who are POWs, Mr. Della Riley. It's funny. They were liberated from the Russians. They tried to escape, got caught by the Russians, and then they tried to escape from the Russians. Okay, they made it back out eastern Kentucky. We had this one gentleman served, just passed away. I spoke at his funeral. 61 years as an educator. He was at Iwo Jima. He saw the flag being raised. He made a promise to those Marines buried in mass graves, not individual graves, not the stuff that we do now. He made a promise to do all he can for people and max out his life. Lived till he was 91 or 94. 61 years as an educator, holds the record for the most blood given, 36 gallons, most time given. Was a candidate, Kentucky candidate for Space Shuttle Challenger, you name it, was on game shows. He did it. The one thing I told the audience was, you could tell he was he was a good man, worth of a pinch of salt if his wife kept him for 71 years. So that's why I saw that. So those are the warriors, those are the heroes that we have in our home. So hopefully y'all appreciate that. Next slide. Office of Veteran Services. We're all over the map here. A lot of stories. These 3 things are really big, okay? Right now, we say we serve 250,000 veterans. It's a lot more. We're working on the numbers. My team has 15% of them just on the road. So right now, we're helping 37,000 veterans receive their benefits. You might have heard the term of VA compensation. In the military, you don't get lump sum medical help, okay? They patch you up, you move on. You start out as a brand new car when you're serving, regardless of your time. You're like a rental car, a used car when you come on out. So what they do is they set up a compensation plan where you get a pension, somewhat like a pension every month. And it ranges from 0 to 100%, right? So my guys, I have only 23 slots to take care of these 250,000 veterans. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of activities, but they do great things. So what do I mean by, if I ever say it's life-changing, let's say you have a Vietnam veteran, right? Got drafted, didn't go to college, worked as a cab driver or worked in a factory down the road, didn't have a plan, now he's living on Social Security. Let's say that's $19,000, okay? We'll use 2021 standard. When you're 100%, you get $3,000 a month. So it's about $36,000 a year if you get it at 100%. So this cab driver, come to find out, he was exposed to Agent Orange. He had cancer, beat cancer, and we win the case for him, right? So he's now getting 100%, $3,000 and whatever extra for his wife and any kids he's taking care of. He's now getting $36,000 in VA pension. So he goes from Social Security poverty line, I think it's around, $21,000. So $19,000 a year for Social Security, just below poverty line. Add $36,000 tax-free, period. His income is now the median income of Louisville, $55,000 for a couple. Okay, that's life-changing. Had a widow. Sometimes we can't get benefits. Widow, husband died of Agent Orange, was denied by federal VA. She come in when she's trying to save a house and property. She didn't qualify for homeless veterans program. But we didn't keep her. Eileen did her thing. She's won awards as well, national awards. Referred to Miss Vivian Taylor, who can never remember my name, even though I've done it for 4 years now. There's a story behind that, you know. I'll stop. She's driving. She's like, hey, I don't think they listen to me. Like, maybe he will. Somebody, I don't know, sir. Doesn't even ask who I am. Commissioner Jackson gets up and then introduced me as the deputy commissioner. So she's like, oh my God. I said, yeah, don't worry, I got one. And then move on. But Vivian is awesome. Wife of a sergeant major, a veteran. Eileen, wife of a veteran, passed on to Vivian, this widow. Vivian realized we can redo the case, wins it in a couple of months, then realized that the widow was on SSI, Social Security, right? And by law, you do the research that you backdate the money to, or the first claim to the SSI fund. So the widow ended up getting, coming into us, almost losing the property, ended up getting $354,000 in back pay, and then a widow's pension for the rest of her life. Now, she might not be a widow now, but and we have plenty of those stories. So we have plenty of those stories, but we try to be on the front end. We try to get you as soon as you retire and get you as much as you can, or what you can, and then over time get you to 100%. You know, so a lot of stories. Big deal here is, you know, we as a team generate $40.6 million in the pocket of veterans and spouses, which comes out roughly to $487.2 million. The state is 1.5, working with our fellow VSOs and federal VA. That's a lot of money. I don't want to double that. I want to put more pockets in the money. 10% disability allows a veteran who owns a business priority for federal contracts. It's about changing lives and the economy. So we transition now to the next slide. Yeah. So these are my team. They do great things. They're part of the community. Stephen Buford right here is my benefits director. I've turned it completely around. You see him up here with his regional managers talking to the Veteran Service Organization. We bring them in a year to do training. I also have contracts with the Veteran Service Organization so they can do training and help us with that load. Moving on to the next slide now. All right, Cemeteries Division. I know I misspelled cemetery. That's what happened when you rush your slides and not what your people do. Over 21,260 intern as of that day. I think at May 1st. They're state because we run the property, but we operate the process. There's 3 national cemeteries here in Kentucky. The only difference is, remember, billions of dollars in the basement, okay? But we do follow federal location. As a matter of fact, our East team, our Southeast team, no, that's not Grayson. I'm getting old. You always find the smallest number. There we go, the Leslie County team. Small team of 4 just won a VA award, just got presented by the Deputy Secretary a month ago. But bottom line is, and if we transition to the next slide now, is all about the community. Okay, we keep standards. Unlike a private cemetery, we put you down and that's it. No, we maintain this grade. If you see any headstone tilting or to the side, that means we're about to service and fix that. Be online. But it is community. World War II veteran missing in action in France. Finally found his body, brought him home. The 82nd, the Rangers out of Fort Liberty came in and served as honor guard. We did a ceremony and buried at our Fort Knox Cemetery. You see the events. Memorial Day weekend, starting with us at the Capitol Rotunda. We'll do a ceremony with the governor presiding over it. Then all of my cemeteries, along with the national, will be doing a ceremony honoring those that have passed and moved on. During the Veterans Day, we switch it and let the community come in and have the events. And they're very, very supportive. They're the ones who help put the Christmas wreaths out during the holidays. They're the ones who help put the flags. As you can see right here at Fort Knox, if you ever want to see, this is the 911 memorial, so we have a beam from the towers. You're always welcome to walk in and check those out. So we honor individuals. You can tell I used to be really, really fat. Can you spot me in this picture? Next slide, please. You are paying attention. State programs, one of my growing market, and I'll run through this quickly. We got a homeless veterans program, women's veteran program, and an employment program, but the whole bottom line is to help that special population. okay? Get them to the right resources, get them the right job. Every year we can give out about $200,000 to help people, prevent people from losing their homes. We work with a lot of people. Volunteers of America is a great ally. AARP is one of our latest allies. Companies like Humana, which I'm glad are coming back in the fold. Willard, as well as Jim Beam. I like bourbon, so I don't know. I'm just kidding. But we have that. And, you know, we want to be the lead outreach for all of the state. Okay? And we're not competing against the other veteran service organizations. I just want them out there doing the things that they need to do. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah, these are the things. And I'm intentional. So when we went back and I talked about professional development being transformational, I'm a big fan of DEI. Okay? Might be another word today, but it's always about diversity. I'm Creole, so I have no choice. Okay? My French, German, Native American, and African American history ancestors will come back out of the grave to beat me up. But I'm intentional. So right here, you know, the Women's Veterans Conference, they are getting the 24,000 women veterans in our state active and involved is one of my top priorities, if not the top priority. We brought in, obviously, Lieutenant Governor, Undersecretary of Benefits, Mike Fruit, I'll be calling him again, Zanetta Adams and Lourdes Tigla, White House, Women's Center, great allies. I work with them on a national level. They're coming back again to talk to our women veterans. We want to push that movement. And I'm very intentional about these things. Our last March women event, Everett Bracken here is my KY Vets coordinator. Dina Parat is my women's veteran coordinator. And I'll mention this in a second. You know, we do 5Ks in every type of event that we can. None of these things we weren't doing before Keith Jackson showed up. And the reason why I include him is I was his chief of staff. We made a plan. Being diverse wasn't the case at the headquarters. Okay. The way my people are spread out across the state, you will have East Kentuckians there, you will have Western Kentuckians here, somebody in the Central. But in my staff at one point was not diverse like this room. Okay, both in thought process, skin tone, politics. Well, I'm the only Democrat, but that's all right. That's a little drop in the coffee. But we've come a long way. Very talented individuals. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, yeah. And I'm almost with, hey, big achievements. My team is always winning. They do a great job. I'm very proud. I don't even know why I'm on the job. But these are the big programs I was telling you, trying to create synergy in the state. The one big thing, I gotta always deal with legislative season. But that special population right here, I need to work on. And some things I just don't put in there. I'm working with everybody. Okay, I'm working with everybody. Next slide, please. All right, we're getting the picture meeting. I'm almost done, and I think I'm at the 20-minute mark. Hey, as I said, my teams are winning. Proclamation, we have several proclamations, several bills that have been passed. I try to get my teams in there. Great relationship with the Secretary of VA, with all the states. Okay, my peers and I meet every 6 months. We have a great partnership with them. So yeah, there's always friction, but the bottom line is if they're working with us, that means we're doing the right things for our veterans. Next slide. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of initiatives that's going on. When I say eliminating the borders initiative, I actually take my directors and we go visit other states and other peers. I steal their ideas and bring them back into us and more. So I'm just kidding. We share ideas. I do steal some of their ideas, not let them know. And they steal my ideas and I share them all the time. So, and here is one of my second biggest things besides women veterans is attracting more veteran talent. Hopefully, I got the head shaking, as I told you now, I talked to the Labor Secretary, talked to the, we have a great team. I said, I'm in a little table, but at least when I say job, listen. But I talked to the Labor Secretary, talked to the Treasury Secretary, talked to Fort Knox, Fort Campbell, trying to get a more comprehensive plan. And it all needs to go. So I keep saying I am, but it's not. You know, I always tell my team, we got the government vision and the people that we need to take out, taking care of people, meaning we take care of veterans. economic development, we get veterans and their family members jobs, and on and on. So I take his mission, I take what they think we need to do, and then we kind of put it in this nice little gummy ball and see if we can stick it against the wall. Next slide, please. And I'm almost around the corner. We got all kind of partners. This is Ms. Eileen Moore, Homeless Veterans Program, outstanding. We got NAVVATS, National Association of Black Veterans. We have Everett here, KY Vets, active director for state programs. We got the AARP team. We work together. My director for veteran centers, he is respected across the nation. I have some best healthcare professional, so he's doing things. My governor advisory, this is my deputy, fellow Louisianan, so Opelousas, they're okay. Robin Higgins, retired lieutenant colonel, Afghanistan, Sergeant Major David Best, Humana, he's the vice chair. She's the first African-American female to hold that role. Juan, Iraq, Afghanistan. So, and it's not all about just veterans, but these are the quality people that we have. Conrad Washington, Marine, part of the White House, but always keeps Kentucky on his mind. Next slide, now. Work with Veteran Service Organization, Trust Fund, we give out money. Not much, but we give out money. And we build different events. Very proud of the KDVA Veteran Forum last year. We talked a lot of issues, straightforward, just not glossing over things. In this group, we were about 40 veteran leaders across the state that came in and participated, okay? Without me or somebody out there asking for a cause, meaning trying to, sway votes or trying to be the one that it was, hey, we're all together as a team and we want to take care of veterans. Next slide. Yeah. Variety of events. Great team. Ms. Sue, she leads the Radcliffe team. This is my Veterans Trust Fund, my chief of staff right here. Like I said, I'm attention. Staff didn't look like this before Keith Jackson came in and continued on. Veteran leaders presenting checks at Radcliffe for money. Deliberate events, partnership with DAV, showed a video about PTSD for family members so they can understand the process. Our virtual prevention summit, we pulled in Active Army, General Davis, National Guard, Hal Hamilton, his boss, and a few other great leaders. And for 6 hours virtually, we try to reach out to the community and talk about mental health and suicide prevention. Oh, by the way, one of the neat things is one of our rehab specialists, physical therapist, is a country singer from Australia. So what she does is every couple of years she gets the stories of veterans and put it in an album, okay? And then produce the album and we sell it for donations. So these are the things we do. So you pull all the veterans in, talk their stories. It's really therapeutic, and then she puts it in words and to music. Next slide. And there's just more pictures of me being fat. Got always great support from the governor, great support from the Veteran Healthcare Network that covers Kentucky. These are the leaders of the state that I bring in. We've just been doing it since my time. Also, at the time, the chief of staff for the VA, coming in, bringing everyone together, share. I realized that everyone didn't know it. You assume they did, and these are new leaders. So if you bring them in, introduce each other, that kills the rivalry. Introduce them to the real leaders that influence the state and get their ear that moves us forward. So, and I'm seeing progress in that. Next slide, please. Last night. It's not all my staff, but most of them. You indulge me on that before you clap, sir. Unless I did good, unless I'm really over 20. Oh, shucks, I am. Hey, y'all should have told me something. Very diverse staff. Key point, my budget director, Dad received a Bronze Star with Valor. That's the difference between my valor and his. And Army Accommodation with Valor in the 1 year he served. Okay, that's the type of people. His dad, he didn't serve either, was a pilot that trained pilots for Vietnam. Silas here, Iraq, Afghanistan, Jimmy Air Force, wives of veterans, Iraq, First Sergeant, Iraq. But, like I said, my team and I are always full of black guys. So, sorry I took a lot longer. Hopefully it was entertaining. Yeah, we want you there, Rick. But if you have any questions, cool. If I did the right thing, that means I took up the time and not get questions. Thank you.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot. Any questions? Any questions?
Thanks so much for taking my question. I'm Nick Garner from the MITRE Corporation, Rotarian. So Rotarians are always asking, how can we help? And I was hoping you might speak a little bit about one or two of the problems your organization has line of sight on that we maybe still don't have good enough solutions for. Like, where are the gaps that you see for your purview?
Connecting veterans to the right resources, okay? And a lot of times they don't. So for your organization, number one, identify the veterans that need help and send them our way. We can start that process on that piece. Two, there's a misperception of veterans. So if you look at it, three types of veterans. Thriving, and Steve and I from council from buddy of mine. Thriving, surviving, struggle. Okay? Everyone always focuses on struggle, which is important. But that striving can fall a struggle quickly, or to survive quickly, and vice versa. So, you know, when you're looking at helping veterans, look at the whole picture, and let's not stereotype. Yeah, probably pointers, and use acronyms for proper purpose. A lot of us are not going to have mental health issues or things of that nature. We're not broken.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for all this great. In next week's meeting, we have Perna Veer, the founder and CEO of VSOP Consulting, and he also was chair of the GLI last year, chair of the board. Interesting topic, though. It's very, very timely. Harnessing the power of generative AI, artificial intelligence. Opportunities, challenges, and responsible adaptation. So sign up and by Monday of next week for that. See you next week. Thank you.